We saw our moms go through shit with our dads. You're talking about, oh, well, you're never gonna get married. Okay, my mom got married and she served my dad hands and feet and she ended up divorcing him because she was sick of his ass.
Because
it's only so much you can take.
It's not even just take. You just get tired. You get burnt out for constantly having to care for someone like they're your child. Like,
guys, I do not remember my mom ever eating. She cooked dinner for my mom, for my dad, for my sister, and for me. And I can't recall a moment when my mom sat down to eat because she was eating while cooking for us because she didn't have the time. You think that I'm gonna do that?
That's sad. As a child, looking at your mom, that's sad to witness.
You need to understand why I'm such a savage and why I'm so angry. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, I have a boyfriend that understands, that's considerate of me, that knows that if I cook and sometimes I want to serve him, I'll serve him. Right. But sometimes when I say, yo, the food is ready, come get it, he has no problem.
He knows what that means.
And then after that, he goes and washes the dishes to help me out.
Because it's an equal partnership. One hand washes the other. It's not give, and then you just take. Like that's not how it works.
So, a couple things jumped out at me immediately. Serving a man hand and foot. Okay? If you are a stay-at-home mom, if you are a stay-at-home wife, if your sole purpose is to take care of your household, to manage your household, you do not have to go out and work, then yes, you should make sure that dinner is served by a certain time. You should make sure that the house is clean when your children get home, when your husband gets home. You should make sure that the laundry is done. These are things that are in the job description of a homemaker. Now, if you don't understand that going into a marriage, then that's on you. And if you don't want to be responsible for those things, then don't get married. Don't sign up for the homemaker role. Don't be a stay-at-home mother. Okay? Go to work. Be independent. What she's not telling you is that that was her mother's only job, and she could not manage the only job she had. She couldn't manage it to the point where her daughter says she can't even remember a time where she sat down and had a meal with her family. That tells me that this woman had poor time management. She's trying to put it off on her father being demanding and being like another child in the household because he was so needy. But the fact of the matter is, this wife, this mother, did not properly know how to manage her time. But she doesn't want to talk about that. She doesn't want to acknowledge that part. All she sees is, oh, my poor mother, she works like a slave to keep this family together, to keep the house in order. And I don't want that. I want to be independent. I want to be a woman who doesn't have to cook, doesn't have to clean, doesn't have to take care of a home. Okay? And you have to be willing to accept the things that come with that, or the things that don't come with that. Okay?
Right, you need to understand why I'm such a savage and why I'm so angry.
She says that we have to understand why she's such a savage, why she's so angry. Women like to do this. They like to blame the men, the broken relationships that they have seen around them for their own masculine behavior. Okay? This woman is giving masculine energy. She cannot be domesticated. That's the type of woman that we're dealing with right now, okay? She says she doesn't serve her boyfriend unless she feels like it. As a matter of fact, there's another clip. She goes on to talk about this a little bit more. Let's watch that one too.
That she sees me cooking for my boyfriend, she'll be like, oh, you're not gonna, I'm like, absolutely not, I'm not gonna serve him. Sometimes when I feel like serving him, I will. But for the most part, if I cooked, you best believe I'm like eating while telling him, yo, the food's ready. Oh, because we ain't doing this. And I grew up strong with a strong ass attitude because I refused to be anything like my mom was when she was with my dad. Right. Absolutely not.
She refuses to be anything like her mom. Anything like her mom was when she was married. Okay? She doesn't want to be in the house. She doesn't want to be domesticated. She doesn't want to have strong family values. She wants her independence above all. She doesn't want to serve anybody else. She doesn't want to work with anybody else. You're just kind of on the peripheral of her life if you're gonna be with her. That's what she's saying. And if you're a man and you want to be with a woman like this, just accept and understand this is not a woman who you can settle down with. She's not gonna be stuck in the house with the kids. She's not gonna cook. She's not gonna clean unless she feels like it. What do you guys think about that? When she's saying, I grew up with a strong ass attitude. No, you grew up with resentment, with pain, with a broken idea of what a marriage and what a family should be. And now you're taking that out on the men that you date, on the men that you seek out. And more than likely, you're gonna end up alone. If you saw your mom getting walked all over to the point where she felt like she couldn't even eat dinner at the table with you guys, didn't you ever ask yourself, why doesn't my mom prioritize herself? Why doesn't she ever put herself first? Why is she so meek, so frail, so fragile? You never asked yourself those questions. You just automatically blamed your father. My main question with the mom is, how can you be a people pleaser to the point where you can't even prioritize yourself in your own life? How can you expect other people to prioritize you when you don't even do that for yourself? You don't even speak up for yourself. You don't even give yourself the time of day. So why would anybody else? Nobody forced you to get married. Nobody forced you to settle down and have children. That's what you chose. And then in that choice, you somehow shrunk back into the shadows. You somehow felt overwhelmed. You got lost in it all. Your daughter now sees it as, my dad turned her into that person. No. You're getting it all wrong. Your mom has a part to play in this as well. If you're not able to take authority, command respect, command the things that you want and you feel you deserve for yourself, that's on you. If you choose to spend your entire life not standing up for yourself, then you're only going to get more of that until you make the decision to stand up for yourself. How about we mention self-accountability? Now, don't get me wrong. I do know that there are couples, especially in a lot of other cultures, where men really do run their women into the ground. They don't have respect. They're allowed to be condescending. They're allowed to cheat. You're not allowed to say anything. They're even allowed to beat you, okay? But as a woman, at some point, you have to know what it is that you stand for, what qualities it is that you'll accept and won't accept in a man. Nobody is forcing your hand at the end of the day. As a woman, you set the tone for the way things are going to go in your household. You have a role to play, and if you're not playing that role, then that's on you. Of course, I would like to hear what you guys have to say about this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.
And I grew up strong with a strong ass attitude because I refused to be anything like my mom was when she was with my dad. Absolutely not.